Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Guman saying happy Friday. In our top story, Wanafluwi update here in a Health, Hospitals and Human Services Senate hearing that was held on July 28th. Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen made her first initial inquiry with the acting CEO of the Wanafluwi Hospital and the hospital's vice chair of the hospital board on information she had received from a resident informing that they were forced to identify a loved one at the back of the hospital near dumpsters with a flashlight. Richard Evangelista, the acting CEO of the hospital, informed in the session that he was not aware of the situation, but he would investigate that matter. Per his investigation, Evangelista wrote in a document transmitted to News 2 that the Department of Justice picked up the deceased from an accident scene and transported the deceased to the morgue. While the DOJ was uploading the deceased from the vehicle to the morgue, the Virgin Islands Police Department arrived and demanded a member of the deceased to view the body. Yesterday, Evangelista transmitted a memorandum showing that on August 1st of 2017, the Department of Justice and the Office of the Medical Examiner is permitted to use a designated space in the morgue for persons to identify a body under its jurisdiction. Here's how it all started.
Because Mr. Evangelista first he said he was not aware of it, then he began to blame the Department of Justice. That's on the record.
The case is a justice case. The hospital does not handle that particular body. If the body belongs to the hospital and the Department of Justice does not have jurisdiction, then we have jurisdiction over how that's handled.
But no, but that doesn't make any sense anyway, because first of all, the facility is yours, the hospital is yours,
Correct.
number one.
Yes.
And the body is being held in your facility, so
Yes.
it's your jurisdiction. I don't care whether it's justice or the hospital.
Sorry, and again, Senator Hansen, thank you for bringing this forward. And yes, as the board, we accept responsibility, and everything that happens under our roof is our responsibility. And again, we will look into it immediately. We have a board meeting coming up on Monday, and we'll take it up.
3 weeks has passed. I wrote a letter, which I sent to you all, the press release on it, relative to the status of the investigation and what measures has been taken to stop that practice. I have heard of no results.
And be sure to count on News 2 to keep you updated. In other news, the Schneider Regional Medical Center is experiencing a malfunction of its air conditioning system, which is primarily affecting patients' rooms. Bernard Wheatley, who is the CEO of the Schneider Regional Medical Center, says patient care is always a top priority for Schneider Regional Medical Center. He said, we are implementing a 4-step correction process to ensure the repairs will be done properly and as quickly as possible. In the meantime, he said every effort is being implemented to ensure continuance of quality of care and comfort of the patients and visitors. He said we have deployed a large fans in the corridors where feasible and some in-room fans where applicable. Schneider Regional Medical Center's 4-step process includes the installation of a filtration system, replacement of chillers and fan coil units, and repairs to the chill water loop system. He says while some of the necessary parts are already on island, others will need to be shipped from off island and will take longer to procure. He said we have already received the new chillers but are awaiting the new filtration system. We don't want to install any equipment until the filtration system is put in place, as this new filtration system is key to ensuring we are not allowing debris and sediment to enter our newly acquired system parts. And that came from Daryl Smalls, the VP of Facilities Management. And so work to improve the system is ongoing. Be sure to count on 2. We will keep you updated on that. In other news, a private company has added $50,000 to the reward for information leading to an arrest in the murders of Liana Saru. And as we shared on Thursday, Liana Saru and her 2 sons were laid to rest. Now that reward money again has been increased. If you have any information that can assist police in the investigation, be sure to call the 778-2211 911 or Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, the Senate president is out of the territory, and the message indicates that he will be out of the territory from August 26 to August 31st. That's Senator Myron Jackson. He will be attending the 2017 Council of State Government Eastern Regional Conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He said, "In my absence, Senate Vice President Narida Rivera O'Reilly will assume the role of acting president until his return." Well, 35 inches of rain, catastrophic flooding, life-threatening storm surges. Those are the dire warnings along the Texas coast hours ahead of the predicted landfall of Hurricane Harvey. 1.5 million people are under hurricane warning and another 16 million under a tropical storm warning. Karen Kaifa has the latest on evacuations and preparations on the local and federal level. Has more.
The outer bands of Harvey announcing the storm's impending landfall, lashing the Texas coast, with officials forecasting the worst.
I would like to set expectations. Texas is about to have a very significant disaster.
Highways jammed Friday morning ahead of the storm's predicted landfall. Many in areas expected to take the hardest hit expressing little interest in sticking around.
We came all the way back from Rockdale, Texas, just to pick up the boat, and now we're getting off the island as quick as we can.
I'm not sticking around here. My first real hurricane. I'm scared.
Others willing to take a chance.
I'd rather take care of my home and my animals and be safe here. I'm on high ground with my house.
According to the National Weather Service, the storm will make landfall around Corpus Christi and will strengthen as it gets closer. The National Weather Service says parts of South Texas could be left uninhabitable for weeks or months. Governor Greg Abbott advised Texans to be prepared and patient.
This is a hurricane that will come inland and then is prognosticated to just hover for a long period of time. It could be days.
President Trump will keep tabs on the storm from Camp David Friday evening. He tweeted a photo of a briefing with key personnel and said he spoke with the governors of Texas and Louisiana and offered his assistance. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Keeping our eye on the economy, the job market had a little hiccup this week. Applications for unemployment benefits rose. The modest increase of 2,000 applications brings the total number up to 234,000. But the 4-week average is considered a less volatile measure of unemployment, and it fell by more than 2,700 applications. Jobless claims have come in below 300,000 for 129 weeks in a row. That's the longest stretch since 1970. Employers are holding on to workers because they think business will continue to improve as the economy enters its 9th year of recovery from the Great Recession. Analysts attribute much of this year's economic growth to a boost in consumer spending. The unemployment rate is at a 16-year low of 4.3%. That number does not include people who are underemployed or not receiving unemployment benefits. Taking a look at the numbers there, we can see the Dow up 30, NASDAQ down, S&P 500 up 4. Coming up on News 2, we're getting closer and closer to back to school time, although some schools have already kicked off. We have some events coming up and information you need to know about back to school in our segment. That's coming up next. Get your pen and papers out. Some back-to-school news for you to keep in mind this weekend. Elena Christian Junior High School, the orientation sessions for both 7th and 8th grade students, they were held in June, but students will report to school on Tuesday, September 5th at 7 a.m. That's when class schedules will be distributed. All students will report to their first class at 7:30 a.m. to begin a full day of classes. The school day ends at 2:30 p.m. Also on Tuesday, September 5th, students should be prepared to pay school fees. Now looking at Allah F. Mullah Elementary School, the physical education uniforms will be on sale Monday, August 28th and Friday, September 1st. Muller students should report for a full day of school on Tuesday, September 5th. Orientations will be held for Muller School, and that's Tuesday, September 5th. That's new students, 8:50 a.m. in the cafeteria. Kindergarten students at 9 a.m. in the library. Wednesday, September 6th, it's 5th graders. Thursday, September 8th, it's 6th graders, 1st graders, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now, during Mueller's orientation times, parents and guardians are asked to present immunization records. Joseph Sibley Elementary School will be holding kindergarten assessment on Tuesday, August 29th from 9 a.m. to 11 for students whose last names begin with A to L, and from 12 noon to 2 for students with last names beginning M to Z. Students must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. Joseph Sibley School also conducts a back-to-school night for all parents on Thursday, August 31st at 4:30 p.m. Students are not required to be in attendance. Parents should be prepared to pay for school items. The Eulalie Rivera Elementary School, they're conducting their orientation on Thursday, August 31st, 10 a.m. for parents of all students in kindergarten to grade 6, new, transfer, and returning students. And students are not required to attend. Parents, be prepared to pay the school fees. If you have any information, any questions, be sure to call each school for more details. Now, they say it takes a village to raise a child, and the VIPD will tell you about them in a little bit. But don't forget Tutu Park Mall. They're presenting their back-to-school event as well. That's coming up this weekend. Now, what you can expect is fun, lots of face painting, balloons, backpack giveaways, plus the chance to win 1 or 2 laptops courtesy of VIA. Now, it's presented by Tutu Park Mall and VIA. It's a back-to-school extravaganza of afternoon fun, and that's from 12 to 3 at Tutu Park Mall Center Court. There will be singing, dancing, playing instruments, school uniforms, and a back-to-school fashion show to show you the do's and don'ts of the uniforms. Now, don't forget your opportunity to lend a hand. Parents Matter, a family support group, they're holding their uniform drive and family social this Saturday from 10 to 5 at the Church of the Apostles' Doctrine in Smith Bay. You can come and get what your children need for school. All items are free, but tips are greatly appreciated. Now, this is a result of the drives that have been held to gather items for those in need, including uniforms and school supplies. Now, there's still time, I'm guessing, to donate if you'd like to for tomorrow. It's 340-643-4342 for more information. These supplies are for private, public, and parochial schools. And one more, they say it takes a village, and the VIPD said they're doing their part to give back with a school function, a school giveaway and fun day this Saturday at the Complex High School on St. Croix from 12 to 4. There'll be music by MC Bogle. They say there'll be lots of fun things planned, including raffles, music and games. There will also be school supplies and even haircuts. So be sure to check that out Saturday at the Complex High School on St. Croix from 12 to 6. Well, Entrepreneur, the Virgin Islands Economic Development Authority, they're announcing that 5 students will be graduating, and it took place early this evening. And it's from the Entrepreneur in St. Croix, which is a 6-week summer program that is designed to encourage the territory's youth to think about becoming entrepreneurs as they prepare for their professional and personal lives after high school. The graduation ceremony took place earlier today, and so be sure to count on 2. We will have highlights from that ceremony. Entrepreneur is the brainchild of the Enterprise Zone Commission. It was designed this year to assist the territory's young men ages 14 to 19 years old in learning how to set up personal and career goals, build self-confidence, resolve conflict, prepare a resume, and conduct a job search, create and implement a business plan, and other life skills. Earlier on this month, we shared 5 students who graduated from Entrepreneur on August 4th. Well, as we shared yesterday, the winning numbers for the holder of a Powerball ticket, $2 million winner in the VI, St. Croix to be exact. Well, VI Caribbean Lottery manager Brian Gardine shared the good news with us. He shared the winning numbers yesterday, and he put a call out for everyone to check their tickets. And sure enough, a 46-year-old man stepped forward to claim his prize. He said he found out online when he went to check the numbers on the Caribbean Lottery's website. They are keeping his name anonymous for now, but he is a resident and has a family, and we would like to say congratulations to the lucky winner of the $2 million Powerball lottery ticket. The film industry is booming all over the world, and many say it was also booming in the VI in the early 90s, but it seems like less camera lights in action these days, or is it? Well, our NEWS2 intern, Amari Graham, explored the scene. Now, he is a young, enthusiastic filmmaker with his own YouTube channel and decided to do the report, and here is his final work.
The industry is growing rapidly, with more people trying to get involved. Here in the Virgin Islands, there is already an established film industry, yet it's fluctuating. Here we have Luana Wheatley to talk more about it.
I'll be honest with you, it's fluctuated. Sometimes it's very hard to compete with other locations that are actually giving productions a lot more money than we have available to give. Before, we had nothing. We just could offer people what we call soft subsidies, which means we look at a project, we could see whether or not there's going to have some return on investment for the islands. Now with the rebate, at least there's a structural program that people can use to apply for money. So it makes us a lot more attractive because, the studios or the creative agencies see that they can get some kind of money back based on what they've spent in the island.
With that being said, it raises a question. Does film have a future place here in the VI?
We have a serious media illiteracy issue in our generations, and we have to beat that because the world is filled with media, and it's important for not only our students to learn how to make it, but to learn how media works. The future for film in the Virgin Islands, it's as big as we can make it. I think that there's definitely a future in it. There's been some doors open, and we have lots of people out there shooting great stuff. I see a change in ads. I see a change in short stories. I see people aspiring to do more in film. I always wanted to share the beauty of the Virgin Islands and the culture of the Virgin Islands with the world because I really was in love with it. Just like most Virgin Islanders, I've found we all love our home, and we really want to share it with everyone. And as a filmmaker, the best way to do that is through film.
Reporting from NEWS2, I'm Omari Graham.
Well, thanks for that, Omari. He is the son of former Senator Waiko's Clifford Graham. Now, Omari, thanks for your assistance this summer. We wish you all the best as you head back to school. Well, they say laughter is the best medicine, and I agree. A lot of it. And we'd like to share with you, if you're ready for the event, the big event, the Comedy Extravaganza, that's underway this weekend. And according to promoter Alvin Marks, Alico, he sent in a picture earlier to show that all the stars are here, all aligned, and ready to get you laughing with nothing but jokes. He said it's tomorrow night, and those are the stars right there. It's tomorrow night at the Sugar Bay Ballroom at 9 p.m. They say laugh your pants off. These are some of the tops in the industry: Lunel, Hope Flood, A.G. White, and much, much more, so you don't want to miss it. That's Laughter Comedy Extravaganza, and there they are right there. Just proof they're on the island, ready to go, preparing for it. And all the best, Alico. Thank you for that. Well, speaking of preparing for events, the Caribbean Cultural Fest 2017, the Centennial Edition, that's gearing up in New York City. Now, this event takes place on Sunday, September 3rd. Caribbean Cultural Fest is the largest celebration of VI pride and culture in North America. This year, they are commemorating the 10th centennial and 100 years since the transfer of the Virgin Islands from Denmark to the United States. So we know that this year, they have a great and diverse lineup just in recognition with A-list acts like the Mighty Swallow and VI headliner Baltimore Brassorama Champions, the sensational Image Band out of Washington, D.C., among many others representing the Eastern Caribbean. They're urging all interested Virgin Islanders who are traveling to New York or have family and friends within the tri-state area to attend this great event now in its 19th year. Now be sure to tune in. Next week we will hear more from Kevin Hughes, who's already up in New York preparing for this much anticipated event. Well, coming up, you have much, much more on the weather. Not looking too good for Texas with that hurricane churning out there, but not too bad for us. Our weather forecast is coming up next.
Was absolutely gorgeous across the area for today, and as we go into tonight, we're going to see a little bit of an increase in some trade wind moisture here. You can see a little bit of these puffs of clouds here moving westward, and with those they could bring a spotty shower around or two as we go into the overnight hours. So for tonight, our overnight low 79 degrees, partly cloudy, maybe a spotty shower around for tonight, and then tomorrow we could see a passing shower in St. John's at 89 degrees for your daytime all-time high. More in the way of clouds, but we'll still have clouds and sun. And then in St. Thomas, 89 degrees, perhaps a passing shower around for tomorrow as well. A little more clouds around than what we saw for today. In St. Croix, we're at 90. We have clouds, some breaks of sun in the area. And our Atlantic forecast here, waves are 2 to 4 feet, and we have an easterly wind at 10 to 15 knots. On the Caribbean side, waves are 3 to 5 feet with an easterly wind of 10 to 15 knots. As we look through the forecast period here, we're going to see just a passing shower or two around for Saturday or Sunday. So we could see just a spotty shower or two in the area with a little bit more of some trade wind moisture around. There's going to be some more clouds around as well through the weekend. As we head into Monday and actually early next week, later on Monday night into Tuesday, we're going to see an uptick in the shower activity as we have a wave starting to move into the area, and that'll bring a lingering shower into Wednesday as well. So we're not talking about prolonged rain with that, but we are going to see this wave coming through, and that is going to bring some increased shower activity. Probably the most active day here is going to be around on Tuesday. Sandy?
Thanks for that. Our News 2 picture there is by Shamal Montez, 5th grader, closing out our week with this beautiful shot there. Very talented, Shamal. Hope you're ready for back to school. And we hope to see some more pictures from you. Send us your News 2 weather picture to the address on the screen. News 2, Innovative Business Center, 4611 Tutu Park, Suite 300, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, 00802. That is all for this edition of News 2. We'd like to thank you for joining us for all the latest in news, weather, and sports. I'm Sandra Gumansing. On behalf of all of us here at News 2, have a wonderful weekend.